Fox 8 News starts now.
SpaceX's Inspiration 4 mission is high above us right now and is making history. The flight is unique in that it's the first space flight that features an entire crew of civilian astronauts.
It's also carrying a woman who first set her sights on the stars while living in Fairport Harbor. Fox 8's Roosevelt Leftwich talked with her family today.
It's a short rocket ride that ended a long road to space. Dr. Cyan Proctor, who's seen here on the right, is the pilot aboard the SpaceX Inspiration 4. It's the first space flight featuring a crew of private citizens and the first space flight to raise money for charity. They're not astronauts in the traditional sense. Cyan's a geology professor who spent her teenage years in Lake County and graduated from Fairport High in 1988. And her family is elated that she's living her dream.
Being able to see it live, we were all in awe and just screaming last night at every point, and my understanding, it was a textbook launch.
Robin Salen is Dr. Proctor's sister and is a biology teacher at Riverside Local Schools in Paynesville. She says her sister has always loved science and space, two things that Robin says came from their father, who was part of a very important team on Guam that tracked the Apollo 11 as it returned to Earth. In fact, Robin says Cyan brought along something very special from their dad.
My dad was one of very few people, and only two there, that ever got Neil Armstrong's autograph. And so that was going up into space with my sister.
The Resilience capsule, where the astronauts will be riding, is unique because it features the biggest window to go into space, and from a big window you get big views. Cyan has been trying to get into space her entire life and just missed out on joining NASA's astronaut corps 12 years ago. And this is a view she's waited for her entire life.
When we get to reveal the cupola for the first time will be a really big moment, I think, because that view.
The mission was privately funded, and part of the goal is to raise $200 million for St. Jude Children's Hospital. Robin says the mission crew is also hoping their trip into space will serve as an inspiration to others that space travel is truly for anyone.
The future of space travel for young women, that, and especially minority women, because my sister is only the fourth African American female to go into space. There's so many amazing inspirational messages that will come out of this.
In Cleveland, Roosevelt Leftwich, Fox 8 News.
Dream come true there, and now Cyan is able to get her seat on the flight by being chosen from several hundred video entries in an open competition to become an astronaut.
And Cyan was chosen to pilot the spacecraft during its orbit around the Earth, and they are expected to return this weekend. So Cyan and her team, Godspeed and a safe return. You see, those are SpaceX spacesuits, so inspired by, Tesla and Elon Musk. Super cool.
Very cool.
Super futuristic.
Yeah. I'm sure it's exciting, too, for all their families, just even watching it, living their dreams.
Oh.
All right, well, here's AJ with a look at a gorgeous day out there today.
That it is, and I'm sure, Tracy, you would agree that Gabe's hair is super futuristic, right?
SpaceX.
It's SpaceX.
Inspired by Elon Musk himself.
It's loaded up with some space-age technology. We don't know what it is exactly, but that's the rumor. Anyway, here's a look at our time-lapse from the Science Center, and you can see some puffy clouds moving along there. What a beautiful afternoon here in Greater Cleveland. We'll look at the temperature, 79 at Richmond Heights, 76 out at Chardon, Kirtland, Lafayette, double 7, Parma, 78 and Twin, 76, Stowe checking in at 75, Avon 73, New Russia Township 78, Amherst 77, same at Akron, Kansas 79, and maybe down at Canton, we missed it by 1, missed it by an inch. Today, 204 this afternoon, we hit our high of 79, and that is above normal by 3, record 93. It's been that warm on this date, and those 90-degree records will be waning pretty quickly. Sunrise, 10 minutes after 7 now, sunset at 7:33, and within a couple of days, the sun will be setting before 7:30. It happens pretty quickly now as we head toward the first day of fall. We usually lose about 3 minutes of daylight per day through the next month. How about temperatures tomorrow? Certainly will not feel like fall. Look what happens. The mercury climbing mid-80s. We'll look at the numbers here a little bit closer gander at how things go through the overnight. this takes us into Friday morning. Temperature is not quite as cool. We made it down into the upper 40s, low 50s, some inland nooks and crannies early this morning. Not so much tomorrow morning. Here's Friday, 2:30, and a renegade shower, not out of the question here. Warren down to Youngstown, and the Friday night touchdown games looking just fine. Again, we've had tremendous luck with that. Let's keep it that way, please. 50s on the way for overnight lows on Sunday. And some inland nooks tonight, 58, 68, 64, I should say, closer to the lakeshore. A lot of sun tomorrow. Rogue afternoon shower, thunder shower possible for the games tomorrow. Around 80, I would say, at least to start. Here's a look at the Fox 8-day forecast. And we'll give you an 81 on Saturday. Small chance of a shower. Both days, I don't really want to say there's a pick day. It's a pick weekend. The last weekend of summer, mid-80s on into Monday, and then 70s, and then 60s.
Wow. I'd even throw Friday in there for your pick days for the weekend.
I'm
Start your weekend early.
When she says something, it is put it in the books.
Keep good news coming. Thank you, AJ. Well, a bit of a roller coaster on Wall Street today. The Dow Jones dropped 63 points, but still possibly in reach of 35,000 by the end of the week tomorrow, perhaps. The NASDAQ was the only bright spot of the day with a 20-point gain, and the S&P remains virtually unchanged, losing less than 7 points by the end of trading.
All right, we look forward to this each and every year. The 7th annual Dick Goddard APL Telethon is well underway, and when we checked in with Natalie about 20 minutes ago, we were already up to, $110,000.
Yeah.
We are trying to hit that goal of what we did last year, $170,000. So let's check in with her and see how we're doing.
So, Trace, Gabe, you know that I am allergic to cats, but nothing will stop me from being in this catio right now. And because I'm allergic, I'm not normally around them, and let me say, it's very entertaining to be in a room full of cats. They are hilarious. So, Judy, the beautiful thing about this, your facility here, is you bring in these animals, and they all have stories to tell.
They all have a story, and Natalie, I can identify. I was a dog person when I started here. I now have 3 cats, so they are very unique, and they all have a story. And these are our catios. Like this is Jackie. She's 10 months old, and when she came, she has the most terrified intake photo. And our staff worked with her and socialized her. And
she's rubbing all over you now.
She's adorable. This is Michael, and he came.
Michael's playing over here. Look, Chris. Can you see him with my paper over here? He's hiding. Come here, Michael.
He and his brother were also pretty terrified. They came in through humane investigations, again, working as hard as we can to get them, and look at how he is now. So, and these wonderful catios, cats who get along with other cats can come here. They can go outside safely and have enrichment. The plants that we have outside attract butterflies and birds, things that help calm cats down and provide enrichment.
Well, and these cats need that because sometimes, as you're saying, they come in terrified.
Absolutely.
So you're making sure they're in a better place when they get adopted into a new home, and you can do that through funds.
Yes, absolutely, and behavior. I don't know that people, again, a terrified cat with time is this. I mean, it's amazing to be able to have staff and volunteers that can socialize in addition to give them the medical care that they need. We're helping her emotions to get her to be adoptable.
And this little one behind us, where'd he go? Right here. This one. So when we talk about the ICU and the medical care, this little guy had to have some dental work done.
He just came in. He just came out of the ICU. He was brought in from humane investigations. He was left, and he's had 2 dentals, so his teeth were a mess. And we think he had a broken jaw because his jaw's a little funky. But he is the sweetest. I mean, obviously, you're allergic, but he is the sweetest guy in the whole wide world. He's 7 years old, and we're so glad he came to us that we could provide the care he needs.
The money is going to a wonderful cause. Every single one of these cats here, folks, right now is up for adoption, so keep that in mind. But the best way to adopt right now, because we need to get these cats out so that you can bring others in.
Yes, absolutely. Please go on our website. All our adoptable cats are listed. Follow the procedure. We ask you to fill out an application, and then you can come in and meet the cats.
$6.8 million a year, folks, to keep this place up and running. $11,000 a year just for cat litter. So it puts things into perspective why we need these funds. Keep those phones ringing. Again, the number to call, 216-566-7387. You can go and text on your phone right now, in your hand, text APL to the number 243-725, or go online to our website, fox8.com. Quick donation. It's going a long way. I'll give you the leaderboard. I'll let you know where things stand at the end of the hour, guys. I'll send it back to you, Gabe and Tracy.
All right, Natalie, great job in there, and I'm sure you later will say it was worth all the sniffles and the sneezes.
Get the Benadryl now since she is allergic to
I
cats.
don't care at all.
I
don't care at all.
Thanks, Natalie. All right, we've already heard about the Pfizer booster shot. What about Moderna? Coming up next, the other vaccine company reveals its own study about whether or not booster shots are really necessary this fall.
Kick 1 is now in the books. Another Fox 8 viewer steps up to the challenge. We'll meet him after the break as he attempts to punt for a pickup.